And Vice President again, 3 p.m. Eastern time. Also developing in this past hour, one of the world's most wanted al-Qaeda leaders pleaded not guilty to terror charges in federal court in New York amid extremely heavy security. The arraignment of Abu Anas al-Libi follows his dramatic capture in Libya just 9 days ago. He was held and interrogated for a week aboard the USS San Antonio in the Mediterranean before being brought to New York over the weekend. Now, he's now expected to stand trial on charges that he planned the 1998 bombings of the U.S. embassies in Kenya and Tanzania, killing 224 people, including 12 Americans. NBC Chief Foreign Correspondent Richard Engel is in New York. Richard, you were in the courtroom today. Tell us what happened there.
Tamron, his capture was certainly dramatic. U.S. commandos swooping in and removing Abu Anas al-Libi from his hideout, if you will, in Tripoli, Libya, just about a week ago. In court today, it was very normal, absolutely calm proceedings. It only lasted about 15 minutes. Abu Anas al-Libi, wearing gray sweatpants, a black sweatshirt, flip-flops, was escorted into the courtroom in the federal courthouse behind me in New York. He was flanked by marshals. His handcuffs were took off. He was sat down in front of a desk. Then a judge read the charges against him. He had already been indicted for the bombings of the U.S. embassies in Kenya and Tanzania. He's accused of carrying out surveillance of the embassies and involved in the planning of those bombing attacks that killed more than 200 people. He was charged specifically with conspiracy to commit murder, conspiracy to destroy American property, and to conspiracy to destroy American public national security infrastructure. After he said that he understood the charges, he said that he could not afford his own defense lawyer, and he was speaking through a translator, by the way, and the judge said that he would help find the defendant an attorney to represent him. And then it was over. He was led out of the courtroom. The handcuffs were put back on him, and the case was adjourned until October 22nd.
And Richard, what details, if any, do we know regarding the interrogation? There had been reports that he was interrogated over international waters, and that ended earlier than perhaps desired as a result of some health issue. What do you know about that?
U.S. officials have told NBC News that the intention was to hold Abu Anas al-Libi for a longer period of time, perhaps several more weeks or even months, while he was being held on a U.S. military ship in the Mediterranean. By holding him on that ship in the Mediterranean, he wasn't subject to American laws. He could be held without having his Miranda rights in order to extract any kind of real-time intelligence that he might have about future plots. Right. But we have been told by officials that after he stopped eating, after he stopped drinking, a pre-existing health condition started to worsen, and that out of concern that he could die or that his health could significantly deteriorate, he was brought to the United States. In court today, he did look quite frail. He said that his age is 49 years old. That is the same age that has been released in the past. But he looked like a man significantly older than 49. He was moving slowly. He seemed to struggle as he was getting in and out of his chair. But he didn't, aside from his looking frail, he wasn't showing any obvious signs of illness.
All right, Richard, thank you very much for that live report.